Hello dear learners and viewers, hope you are hale and hearty and going on well with your studies. Today I shall talk about passage narration. In fact, I shall discuss some important techniques of passage narration. These techniques are really very important as well as very interesting. But if you don't know how to use this technique, perhaps you might be puzzled while doing passage narration. Okay, let's see the techniques. First one, vocative case, and then the words excuse me, and then I shall talk about additional words, phrase or clause in reporting verb, and finally I shall talk about a single word. I mean, sometimes for a single word you have to construct a full sentence based on the previous sentence. Okay, let's see. First of all, vocative case. Vocative case, what does it mean? Vocative case identifies a person being addressed. Okay, for example, friends, my dear friend, darling, young man, my child, sweetheart, etc. You will find this type of words or word in a sentence. And the rule is that in that case, first of all, you have to write down addressing, then who is being addressed, and then what has been said to address the person spoken to, and then the speaker, then reporting verb, an objective case of the person being addressed, and then conjunction. Okay, let's say the example. This is the example. This is the passage narration. What is your name, my little angel? Eva. Who are you? I am Tom. Children call me Uncle Tom. I'll call you Uncle Tom too, for I like the name. Okay. Now see, how can we do this narration? Okay. First of all, you see who is the speaker and who is being addressed here. Here you see Tom is talking to Eva. So Tom is the speaker and Eva is the listener. And in the first sentence, you see, what is your name, my little angel? Tom is addressing Eva, saying, my little angel. So we can use this technique. First of all, you need to write addressing. Here you see addressing. Then who is being addressed? Eva is being addressed here. What has been said to address the person? I mean, what Tom says to Eva? My little angel. So we can write as his little angel. And then the speaker here is Tom. And then reporting verb, since this is an interrogative sentence, so we will write here asked. And then again objective case of the person being addressed. Here Eva is being addressed, so that the objective case of Eva is her. Then conjunction, since it's an interrogative sentence, so we can write the conjunction if, but if the sentence begins with a WH, I mean W is relative pronoun, we can write down the relative pronoun. So we can write here what. Then according to the previous rule, we can change the sentences. Addressing Eva as his little angel, Tom asked her what her name was. Okay. Then Eva, you see, it's a word, but you know, word, this is not a full sentence, so we have to write down the full sentence. For example, if I ask you, what is your name? In spoken English, you can say, my name is, you can say Rina. But while you will write it, then you have to write down, my name is Rina, full sentence. So here, Eva, that means it is hidden. My name is Eva. My name is, these words are hidden here. So we have to write down. Then, reply that, my name is, that means her name was Eva. Who are you? Then Eva is again asking Tom. So then she asked him who he was. Okay? Tom. I'm Tom. Now Tom is replying. So we can say Tom replied that he was Tom. And then he added that children call me Uncle Tom. And added that children call me Uncle Tom. The next sentence you see, I will call you Uncle Tom too, for I like the name. Now Eva is speaking to Tom. So we said, she said that that means she will, past tense would, call you, that means him, Uncle Tom too. For I like the name. You can also write instead of for because she liked the name. So here you see how to use addressing in a vocative case. Okay. Now I shall talk about this term excuse me. Okay, if you find excuse me in a sentence, you can change it in two ways. First of all, you have to uh, gauge the meaning. I mean, whether excuse me is using to beg pardon or excuse me is using to draw the attention of somebody. Okay, let's see. So first of all, excuse me. Instead of excuse me, we may use apologize if the speaker or the listener begs pardon or feels sorry for his or her action. But instead of apologize, we can also use drawing the attention of the listener if these terms are used to draw the attention of others. Okay, let's see. This is another passage. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you have time enough to answer a few questions? Said the man. What's about? Said the woman. Oh, nothing much. I just want to know about the historically important places in your district, said the man. So, in this sentence, we see, excuse me, I am sorry to bother you. So, from the very beginning, we can say that the man is saying sorry. He apologized to the woman. So, instead of drawing the attention, now we will use apologize, this term. Okay, so see the answer. Here, the man is the speaker and he is talking to the woman. So, we can say the man apologized to the woman and said that I am sorry to bother you. That means he was sorry to bother her. Would you have enough time to answer a few questions? Said the man. The man again asked. Okay. Then he asked if you would have enough time to answer a few questions. Okay. Then the woman said, "What's about?" That means the woman is again asking him a question. She asked him what it was about. Okay. Then the man said, "Oh, nothing much." So, oh, this is an exclamation. So we can say he exclaimed with pleasure that nothing much. That means it is nothing much. So it was nothing much, and added that I just want to know about the historical important places in your district. That means he just wanted to know about the historically important places in your, that means in her district. Okay, so here you see how can we use excuse me, this term in passage narration. Okay, then again, excuse me, would you please tell me the way to the nearest inn? Said the stranger. Yes, there are many inns in this area, but if you want a good one, go straight and then turn left, and after 150 meters you will find a decorated two-story building, and that is the best inn in this locality, said Rohit. Thank you. So here you see in this sentence, this terms excuse me is using to draw the attention of someone. Here you see the speaker is a stranger and listener is Rohit. So the stranger is trying to draw the attention of Rohit because he wants to know something, know some information, some pieces of information. Okay. So here instead of apologize, we can use drawing the attention. So you see, instead of excuse me, we are now writing drawing the attention of Rohit. Now the speaker, the stranger, would you please tell me the way to the nearest inn? Would you please, this term is used for a polite conversation. So we can say, the stranger politely asked him if he would tell him the way to the nearest inn. Okay. Now, yes, there are many inns in this area, but if you want a good one, So this sentence is said by Rohit. So we can say Rohit replied. Instead of yes, we can write down in the affirmative, or we can say replied that he would. Okay, then and added that there were many inns in that area, but if you, that means the stranger, if he wanted a good one, okay, you see, if you wanted a good one, go straight. That means you should go straight. So here we have to write down you should go straight and then turn left, and then turn left. And after 150 meters, you, that means the stranger, he would find a decorated two-story building, and that was the. So here you see, and that was the best inn in that locality. Okay. So here you can do another thing, and that is 150 meters. He would find a decorated story building. Okay, and here you see, and that is the best inn in the locality. Here Rohit is emphasizing that there are many inns, in that area, but that one is the best, and that's why we can write down also and emphasize that. Now there is a problem here in the sentence. You see, there is a that, and again you are using a relative pronoun that. So if you find two that one after another, then the second that would be converted to it. So we can write here, emphasize that it was the best in that locality. Okay, thank you. Then the stranger thanked him. Now, another technique: additional words, phrase, or clause in reporting verb. Okay, you see, this is an example. Follow my example. She said as we shook hands. She said as we shook hands. This is reporting verb, and in this reporting verb, here you find as we shook hands. This is additional words. Okay, in that case we have to write these additional words or phrase or clause from the very beginning. Okay, and never eat more than one thing for luncheon. I will do better than that. I said, I'll eat nothing at dinner tonight. Humorist, she cried gaily, jumping into a cab. Here, one thing is very interesting. Humorist, this is not a full sentence. So, in the previous examples, I have mentioned that you have to write down the full sentence, or you have to imagine that this is a full sentence. And what would be the full sentence? Humorist, that means you are a humorist. Okay, now let's start to solve the problem. Okay. So, as I mentioned, first of all, you have to write the additional words. As we shook hands. As we shook hands. Okay. Follow my example. Now, the lady is advising the writer. Okay, so we can write she advised me. Since this is an imperative sentence, we can write conjunction to follow her example and never eat more than one thing for luncheon. Okay. I will do better than that, I said. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay. The lady, after exploiting the writer, is now giving advice to him, never eat more than one thing for luncheon. So this is one kind of what I should say, mental torture. You can give a mental torture to others saying something. So the writer became angry. At the same time, he is very polite. So we can use, instead of reply or say or tell, we can say retort, because retort means say something in answer to a remark, typically in a sharp, angry, and witty manner. So we can say, she advised me to follow her example and never eat more than one thing for luncheon. I'll do better than that, I said. I retorted that I would do better than that, and added that I will eat nothing at dinner tonight. That means I would eat nothing at dinner tonight, that night. humorist, she cried gaily, jumping into a cab. Again, here you see this is an additional word. Jumping into a cab, she. Now we can do this sentence in a two ways. Jumping into a cab, she cried gaily and commented that I was a humorist, or you can say call. You can use this word call. She called me a humorist. Okay. Now this is the last technique. Sometimes for a single word you have to construct a full sentence based on the previous sentence. Here you see the example, the passage. Where are you going? Said the old man. I'm coming to see you. What do you want? A job. Do you really want a job? Said the old man. Yes, if you have any, said the boy, then follow me. Okay, here the old man and the boy, they are talking to each other. Speaker is the old man and listener is the boy, and then again the boy is speaking to the old man. So in the very beginning, we see that the old man is asking question to the boy, where are you going? So we can write, the old man asked the boy where he was going. I'm coming to see you. Now the boy is replying to the old man. So we can say he replied that he was going to see him. Then the old man is again asking the boy, what do you want? The old man again asked him what he wanted. Now you see, this is very interesting. A job. This is not a full sentence. So you have to imagine what would be the sentence based on the previous question. Okay, previous sentence. What do you want? So naturally, the boy will say, I want a job. Okay, so here a job means I want a job. So we can write down. He again replied that he wanted a job. Do you really want a job? The old man is again asking question. So we can say this is the third time. So in case of third time, we can write further. The old man further asked if he really wanted a job. Then the boy said yes. The boy replied in the affirmative and said that yes, I want a job. Here one thing is important. Imagine, yes, I want a job if you have any. So the boy replied in the affirmative and said that he really wants a job if he had any. Then the old man said to the boy, then follow me. Then the old man told him to follow him. So, in short, these are very important. These 5 techniques are very important, and if you know it very well, then while doing passive narration, you will find it very interesting, and you will feel no more difficulty at all. So practice it at home. No more today. Thank you. Bye.